Hello everyone, welcome to the day 3 of Learn.Build cybersecurity cohort. This is Lakshit Man from Azure Developer Community, and we have our expert speaker Mukesh Kumar Rao sir. He has been I do not need to introduce him, but anyways, he has been contributing with Azure Developer Community for so long. He's a cybersecurity expert, and in my connections, he's the best person to teach you cybersecurity, and he's the first most person to whom I reached out for this cohort. And today we have already Mukesh sir has already shared you a couple of resources in the group. If you have got it through, that would be the pretty much architecture that we are targeting right now. And that's why these two classes, that are two remaining classes, are the most important one, because these are the in these two classes we'll be going with the entire hands-on thing, right? So please try to build with us, and I hope everything is clear with you. Cloud, Azure, networking concepts, some basic things, all the resources has been already shared. Now please go through, try to do your own homework as well. And again, our expert is always there to help you. So not wasting much more time, thank you sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Lakshit. So, hi everyone. Let's go more in depth. Let me share my full screen. Okay. So today, we will continue parallelly. Like last time, we have gone through with uh, EC2 machine and compute services, and then we have jumped to the network services. So today we will cover about the security services. Then we can, build the security solution that we are targeting. So the architecture diagram that I have showcased you, in that we have, build a DDoS protection solution that will also, monitor and real time protection. We need to integrate with the Microsoft Sentinel. So that is the same tool we have available. Okay. So with that, it's a premium solution that is, industry we are using it parallelly in different organizations they are using. It's a little costly compare, when we come to the real industry perspective, because we are dealing to, stop real DDoS attacks and other further, web application attacks. That's a part. For this particular project, we can go with, Azure free subscription. There we can build and enhance. That is the one option is available that you can, learn, and then you can build that solution. Apart from that, if anybody is also interested to, come up with some open source tool to integrate apart from Sentinel service, because Sentinel is a premium service that Microsoft Azure is providing. Apart from that, other services we can also integrate with free options. So that's how you can also build a project. Else, if anybody is, want to switch to any other sim solution, like we have Splunk, QRadar, Wazoo is there, OSSIM there, ArcSight is there. So from there also we can integrate on Azure, as some companies, work on that approach, because that is depend on their expertise and which are, technical experts they have to integrate that solution. The main motive for, that project that we are working on is the provider, defensive solution with integration with the Azure cloud services. That is the main target. So what kind of tool you want to use, you can also come up with your own ideas. I have given you today one architecture diagram that we can, build, which already, provided by the Azure, and we can recustomize and, work on that particular part. So I will give more insight in the upcoming, slides, that how we can, do, what are the options are available, that thing. So moving further, we'll discuss about the Azure fundamentals about security perspective, and then we will go more in depth about some practical session. That is, main target for today's session is. So you can see these are the, attacks is going on. We are finding some bugs, some vulnerabilities. Okay. So how cloud is, actually helping us to secure this kind of, attacks which is going on. If it is a small medium level, business is there, or it may be an enterprise organization, or somebody has started their own startup and they are hosting their application on cloud platform. So how they can, secure their applications from different kind of cyber attacks. Okay, so that are the options, we have available. These are the some statistics you can, go through. I will share the slide later in the group. Then moving further, one of the important area that which is more targeted in industry, it's about the finance industry and medical industry, where maximum, employees can target it by phishing attacks. Then some Trojan mobile applications, they are targeting, and some specific kind of ads which is can be attacked through network perspective. So there, if any company is using cloud services, so the main important area for them is to secure their network parameters, network endpoint, and cloud services, because that is connect with your local on-premise also. Here you can see the diagram like this. So if it's a hybrid architecture where some of your assets are running on premise, like in a DMZ, where we have web server, we have mail server, or FTP server which is running local host, but your endpoint devices where applications are host, we can take example of mobile application or web applications which is running and maintain on the Azure cloud. So that is a hybrid architecture we have, in which half part is managed by a local server and half part is managed by the cloud platform. And between that, internet is the medium through which we are connected. It's a kind of connectivity is provided by internet. So to provide that particular security, we require endpoint security solutions, like we have Azure VPN services are there, Azure firewall gateway services are there, and connect with the public IP to the private IP connection. We have Azure DNS services are available. So that's how companies using this kind of integrated solution on Azure to develop enhanced services for the endpoint protection. Okay, so this is the architecture, the approach that we follow. Last class I discussed about that thing about service model. So for a SaaS based application, we don't have to maintain that much thing. Everything is maintained controlled by the Azure. But if you are working on the infra and platform part, so you will be a part of that black color area. We have OS, middleware, runtime, and in the platform we have data and application. So how we can use this thing? Let me showcase you the main security services. Even if you see this diagram, so the main area about security services that we have discussed last time is only the firewall part on the compute service, that how we can block or integrate. That is a one thing. But today we will go more in depth on each services about Azure security. So this is divided into 360 model, and it work on the zero trust architecture. Microsoft enable to provide you the zero architecture solution for each services which are end to end connected on cloud as well as the on premise servers. So the first, that is a threat intel and event management service that Azure is providing, is Azure Sentinel. So it is actually a real time monitoring system which is work to identify real incidents and management of logs. Any kind of alert is come to the endpoint or any system, so it will be triggered on the Sentinel. And as a real time you are monitoring, you can get the idea that on this system or on this host some activities happen, something is going on, so we have to stop or we have to tackle that real time cyber attack. Okay, in the right side if you go and see the Azure Defender is part. So this is an integration of the infra of Azure to protect all the resources which you are hosting or using on Azure platform. And as well as if you are integrated with some third party cloud providers like Google Cloud or AWS or Red Hat Cloud is there. Okay, so that connectivity of data transfer migration, that is also handled by Azure Defender. And then we can move to the Microsoft 365 Defender. Now it is integrated with Entra security dashboard. So there we have two different other products also Microsoft is providing apart from Azure. That is Microsoft 365 Office there, and then we have Dynamic 365. So Office 365 is only you can do documents, Excel sheet, Power Presentation, project management part, SharePoint you are using, sharing the files. So that is a part we have, and it is integrated with the Active Directory. So you will get the end-to-end solution for data protection and sharing part. It's a in a total co-environment that is created by the Microsoft. And then in the second part we have Dynamic 365. So Dynamic 365 is particularly a CRM based solutions application where we are tackling with the management part, customer client relation, how the project is going on, what is the update is going on, the follow up part. These are the things we maintain in ERP and CRM kind of applications part. So that integration protection with Azure cloud is provided by the 365 Defender. That is now integrated with the Entra security overview. So that's how architecture about security services are integrated with Azure. So here you can see the detailed definition. Like in Defender, what you will get it. Okay, you will get the KMS protection. You will get the endpoint gateway security. You will get the computing security, then DNS, and connectivity VPN part. That is Azure Defender, which workload and protect. Parallelly, in the Sentinel, you will work on the orchestration and real time monitoring, mainly the events part, and handle real time attacks is happening. That is the part of Sentinel is there. And then in the background we have security center, which is a base level, which is actually enhanced approach to manage all the things at one point. So that is we call as Azure Security Center. Okay, and this is a dashboard of Azure Defender. You can see with some sample data that will give you that how many virtual machines are running in a compute part. What are the container services are running? What are the Kubernetes architecture is running? Any kind of application is host, so that you can see. Then database SQL server if running or not, management of key and storage account, what will be the performance, what are the protections is going on. So it is also suggest you integration with AI, that what are the predefined security you have to follow. If it is not follow, you have to integrate that thing. Okay, so it's kind of an Azure advisory service is also provided by Azure cloud in a security perspective. So let me showcase you in the account. Here we go, and there you can see these are the security services we have. Okay, and if you type here in main part Defender, so you will get some more information. So this is the Microsoft Defender cloud we have available. Let me open a new tab, and then you can search for advisor. So there you will get Azure advisor also. So let me, it's opening. Yeah. So this is a Defender for cloud. That means it's a kind of a full protection on Azure cloud perspective. You can take a reference part with the local Windows system. So in local Windows system, we have Microsoft Defender that work as a software level of antivirus part. It also protect you from ransomware. It will provide you the file integrity monitoring, virus and threat protection. Then BitLogger service, it is integrated to protect your storage part. It can be hard drive or it can be SSD to protect your specific volume. So that is a full protection it is provided for the Windows operating system. Same thing Microsoft Defender is used for the Azure cloud to protect. Okay, so here you can see in my account, here we have the Azure subscription is available, that how many subscriptions you are running. So if you see your account, you will also see one part if you are using Azure free subscription, and then you can get like any security posture management is there or not. Right now we are not running any resource, so there you can see it is not giving. Even it is integrated with the AWS and GCP resource also. Okay, that summary it will be provided. Some compliance related part we also have, that is mainly for the governance and policy perspective. So there it provide the part, and it follow that Defender with the CSPM, that is a cloud security posture management. So this is capability to enhance with new intellectual technology to provide you the more enhanced output, or you can say the summary about the resources that you are using. So what will be the new protection, what will be the new configuration that you have to do, that you will get overall perspective in that part. Okay, so here if you go to the recommendation, you will get some recommendation perspective, that your account is secure or not, any kind of vulnerability or something you have to do. So here you can see in my account subscription, 18 is an unassigned recommendation it is provided, and some of them are like high level severity. That means like I need to enable protection for DNS, I need to enable the protection for APIs, install endpoint protection solution on virtual machine. Like last time we have just launched virtual machine, but we didn't integrated the monitoring perspective. So there is a chance if the virtual machine have some public IP to access, so anybody can try to hack that particular virtual machine or try to compromise. So that recommendation is provided by the defender, and you can see all this part is there. Some of them it is showing as status is complete, that is secure, we don't have to worry about it. But for unhealthy highlight, so if you go to this particular part, it will also give an idea that how you want to configure, or if you want to resolve at the same time you can resolve it, or you can create a specific enforce button is there to deploy that thing at the same time. So this is a subscription account is given, and here if you go, what are the recommendation steps is given. So you can directly click on this part to fix automatically, and this is a step is given like where to go and from where you can enable that thing. So this is a smart approach Azure is providing through Microsoft Defender. But remember that this is a paid subscription. So right now we are using the free subscription account for learning purpose, that you can use it to understand and explore what are the different features are available. And for more details about the pricing, you can click here to check. Okay, so without checking, you cannot directly enable this kind of security services, especially because it will enhance your billing account. So you think that I'm using a student account or free subscription account, and suddenly you are getting a bill of 200 or 300 or maybe 500 USD dollar. So that will be not a perspective part we have. Okay, so before enabling, just walk through with the default pricing part. Okay, let's go to back. So that is a recommendation option we have seen. Okay, you can even download this CSV report. Before implementing, you can discuss particularly that what are the things we have to do. So in an organization, we will discuss before implementing any solution or before implementing this recommendation also. Okay, at certain point what happened, like let's suppose if you take an example here, where is the DNS? Okay, let's take an example of this app service. Okay, so in my account, let's suppose we are not using the app services. App services means we are hosting some mobile app or web application. So that service, if you are not using, still the advisory will tell you that we have to enable this service for the app application. But that is not necessary, because maybe we are just only using the compute service or container based services. So for there, we already enable the defender to protect. So in that case, you can ignore it, or you can just say complete it at that particular point. So that kind of decision is taken by after discussing in a team before directly you can implement as a security expert or Azure security expert. Okay, then you can go to this inventory section, and here you will see that what are the list of the resources that you are using. So in this account, I only created a one Linux machine, and that is virtual network is given. So it is showing that it is unmonitored resource because we didn't have enabled that monitoring resource. It will start charging, that's why. But yeah, that is the steps that you can follow if you are working in real projects. That is part we have to focus. Then you can go to the attack path analysis. Okay, so right now there is a no attack is found in our AW, that Azure resource in this area. So right now it is showing no attack paths were found, nothing. So it is secure. If anything is found, so it will give a recommendation that these are the steps you have to follow, or you can just integrate that thing to reduce that impact, or disable that impact that thing. Okay, so here we didn't found anything. If you even if you can click on continue to solve recommendations, then it will give that high priority in that part. So you can click one by one, resolve it. That's how you can resolve and do all this settings and integration. So for now, in our project perspective, is not needed, but yeah, for as an expert perspective, you can remember that thing, work on it. Then in our project, we have to build a workbook, but I will showcase you later on that how we can do that part. And then you can go to this cloud security option. So here we have security posture. Let's go one by one and see the exploration. So now here you will get your in your same environment, how many management group is there, what is unhealth resources. Unhealthy means like it is not enabled with the defender to monitor, that's why it is giving. And what are the recommendation is that we have to improve to 100% secure your cloud environment part. And then you can go to regulatory compliance, that is more into the IT standard policy, that what are the settings we have done, it is properly working or not, it is enable or disable or not. So as per the security benchmark that is provided by the Microsoft, so out of 34, only 21 is pass. Remaining, I need to improvise it. So there you can see data protection. I didn't have enable in my account subscription. So there it will give that at which part you have to go and enable that feature, that control. It's mainly for the auditing, a compliance perspective. So that thing can go click here, and these are the options are available. In which also you can see specific one resource dedicated, so you can click here and then enable that service, so it will become green because everything is correct. Okay, so that's how a detailed analysis it will give. Incident response and logging and threat detection we didn't have enable, so you have to go enable threat detections in your cloud part. So where you can go, you have to enable actually the defender, that is of one part. Even you can click on this in a quick phase. So let's see here. So right now you have to this enable this particular part or click on this, and then you can click on this particular part, fix it. Remediation step is given like this way, or you can just simply click on fix. So it will give there pop up, then you can enable this resource. So this will automatically enable that service, and you will be one level more secure. That is a recommendation approach the defender is providing us. Okay, but enabling any new feature, remember, in terms of financial perspective, that if you are enabling this feature, any kind of money is involved or not, or else you can discuss with the team. That's how industry we follow. Okay, then let's go to back. So this is a full list is given. Some of the things we need to enable, some of the things is not. Then you can go to workload protection. So there you will see like what are the continuity part is there in that part. So this feature is not yet enabled. So here you can see this output will come. Your subscription are not protected by Microsoft Defender for Cloud. So we have to enable that feature on the part, but of course it will be only a 30-day trial period for learning perspective. After that it will start billing. So right now we are not enabling it because there is a no need for our project perspective to work on. But yeah, for your learning perspective, if you are working on Azure certification or security certification, then you can enable and then explore the features. And then data security option is come here. So if it also provided the not only the Azure protection overview, but also if it is connected with AWS resource or GCP cloud resource, that is also it will cover. Okay, and then you will get the top issues on manage issues. So right now there is nothing is running in my part. Everything is secure. That's why it is giving no issue we have found, no sensitive data is exposed at that particular part. So that is a good thing. Okay, and then the firewall manager. So I think we last time gone through, and we have seen that how firewall is specific for compute service. It is working, but firewall manager it's giving all the part like one virtual network is cover. The DDoS protection is also cover here, but here protected, but protection we didn't have enable there. I have given the resource today in the group, so you can go through read that thing, and then you can enable the DDoS protection to integrate with our project scenario. Okay, and where you can go got the here you can click on this DDoS protection plan, and there you need to create some protection plan to stop. So it's a kind of simulation attack you can also give. I have also provided the simulation scenario how we can create, so that you can go through, and any question comes in that particular point, feel free to now reach us. We will help in that part, that thing. So let's go to the main firewall, Azure firewall. So here you can create a policy or rule part. Okay, so let's create a one firewall rule. Okay, so we'll select here a resource from Azure project, and then we can provide a firewall protection. Then location you can set here. You can see. So this is we have to select if you are going with the basic. So these are the information you have to provide. If you go to the standard, the pricing is vary, or you can go with the premium. So it will cover all the things, but yeah, of course you have to provide resources. So right now, this two feature which is supported only in premium firewall, that is SSL certification, we can terminate or we can renew it. And then we have the IDPS. So that is a extra feature which is already only is available in premium service, not in standard and basic part. So IDPS is actually intrusion detection and prevention system. So any kind of activities perform in your virtual machine or container services, we can get the alert from the firewall, and from there only we can block that particular IP or resource at the same time. So right now we are selecting that basic one, firewall policy. Like we are going with the basic policy. I think, yeah, there is no selection is there. Okay, so we will create one new policy here. Let me zoom and then you can see. So we'll create a first firewall policy. Location is Central India, and then just click on OK. So that is created. Now you have to choose a virtual network. So right now we are not creating a new virtual network because we already have one virtual network in which our one EC2 machine is sorry, the virtual machine is running in that part. So this is the Linux machine that we have created last session. So now it is giving something like force tunnel required this virtual to have some net mask, something like that. Okay, so okay, no problem. We'll then create a new one. Then we can create for Azure virtual. Let's go with the detail network, and then you can provide the range of IP address that you need to provide. So we'll go with 10.0.0.0/16 range. You will get the full subnet around this much IP address in that subnet part, and then you can select here one this thing. So you can go with, I'm just going with the default value. So now from this network space, I am creating a one subnet of this network part. Or maybe you can change the CDR value to 22. You will get, okay. If you go with 16, it will give full one, only one subnet part. Maybe you can create more depending on your network infrastructure. So like now /20, so we will get around this much host address in that resource. So right now we don't require that much, so we'll go with the default 24 as a default, or even you can go with 25 also. That's the part. So you will get 128 hosts that you can connect it. Then we can connect with this firewall IP. I think this is not connected, already assigned. So we can get a new public IP. We'll say new Azure. Okay. So we will create a new public IP range. Subnet address is already assigned. And then you can, create here also a new IP, new public IP. So here public IP. Okay. That is connected. So this is all setting is done for the firewall policy that we are creating, and then you can review and create. So of all the test will pass, and here we are saying that something is missing. So we'll go back and see which information we got miss. Oh, so there we can provide 10.0.2.0/24.0. Okay, so we'll get subnet address space and let's review and create it. So this is a one part of firewall policy in our project we have to create. Then after creating this thing, you have to enable DDoS protection plan, and then connect with the Azure Sentinel to create a one playbook to particularly handle that Sentinel protection plan. So this is a step by step method that we have to follow. And yeah, this is how you can create our provided solution for cybersecurity project. Okay, so that is a one part you can create, explore. I already provided the resources in the group, so check out it and then follow this step. Any kind of problem comes, you can ask question in that part. And meanwhile, this firewall policy is creating in my account, so we'll see how it is work. In that part, if any question is there, you can ask in the chat box. I will address that thing also. Yeah, so it is connecting. We have to just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. So here you can see what are the resources it is creating. So firewall policy is created, new public IP address is assigned, and the subnet network and virtual network is created. So in that network, then we are launching any compute service like virtual machine or container, so that will be protected by default. That's how the firewall we are using on that part. Okay, so that is giving 1 more minute, then I will showcase you how it is work. Okay, let me refresh it. So that is a one part that we are covering. Parallel it is going on. This is a dashboard. I think everybody have got a little idea. Microsoft. So Azure Defender is now changed to the Microsoft Defender for Cloud as a service name. So this is an older screenshot that I showcase you. Then this is a network map in the Azure Security Center, and it is collected the information from Sentinel to get all the infra about all the resources, how it is connecting that thing. Okay, so that is a part how we are monitoring if some company have 500 employees or 500 resources are running on Azure as an endpoint compute or container part, or any application is running. So that all thing you can monitor like in this way. So this all endpoint, if you see, this is a virtual machine. It is connected with the network gateway, and then in a one subscription it is managed. Okay, so that's how it is work. And here you can see our firewall policy is created. So you can go to the Azure firewalls protection plan, and this is how the first policy is created. A rule you can now can define in a specific part one by one, and then you can enable the threat. Also, this two protection is not now available in basic subscription, that is TLS, to protect on transport layer. Let's suppose if we are streaming some services like video calling or live streaming part, if you have hosted some education app, kind of Udemy or Edureka or EDX courses, so there you are streaming live courses. So there the data will travel through UDP protocol in a live streaming. So there we require TLS certificate protection. So anybody cannot perform DOS attack to stop your live streaming services. Okay. Further, if you want to go more in detection and protection part, you have the option IDPS part. But these two services actually support only premium part, not any standard and basic policy. Okay, and that is a actually it's a premium part, so we have to provide payment for that particular area. Okay, so this is how the thing is work. And then we'll go to the access control. Yeah, so access control we will take from scratch. I will showcase you. here you can assign that which person can manage this service, which person have the access to enable, disable, or modify. That thing you can assign here. Okay, so you can click in my view my access. You will get like what are the subscription or what is I role is there. So right now I am working as a security admin. I am working as a service administrator. So apart from me, if any teammate I have to provide the same service to control and manage, so you have to create here one user in that particular part. Okay, but before there we have to create that roles and user in the IAM section. So you can click here and type IAM. It's a security you know identity service. You will get it. So we have different marketplace also. You can see we have one login IAM, Google platform IAM is there, AWS is there. This is also from the Omenda. So it is connected with your Entra ID capability. That is a premium service. Again, we have centralized managing the identity roles and access part. So from there we can connect, or simply you can go to here all services, and then you can go to the identity part. So this is the identity service. There you will get this Entra Connect. So there you can create users, then define which group it is belong, then you can define what kind of service access you want to give, and then you can define the roles, that if we have this service, what kind of roles and permission they can use it in that part. Okay, so let me showcase you this thing. And if in organization they already have the Azure directory service, so they can directly connect with the Azure B2C as a service also. So this is the dashboard will open. Let's open in a new pad because Microsoft has given a new dashboard for this Entra thing. So this is how it will give, like we have to create the access, uh, where you can go. Okay, so preview. There you can see this is all the features we have. Mainly it will connect with your on-premise and some third-party service to provide you the one authentication method to enable and provide the rules regulations for each user. Okay, so this is not available in free subscription. I think they are not giving, but yeah, you can go to the preview all and then you can apply. You can click and you can apply it. So you can disable that feature also, preview feature, or then you can go to the access. Here you can manage role assessment, so you can click on this part, and there you can see these are the default global administration. All the options are available for the part, but this thing is actually only available for the license of P1 and P2 subscription. For basics and free subscription we don't have. It's a premium service that is provided by the Azure. But of course you can see all the administration control, mainly for the security perspective. You will get all this feature like administration, development, attack simulation, that we perform different kind of attacks to do real time monitoring. And also you want to play with the payload, like how to attack on a payload with some malware or malicious files. That are the rules you have available. Then these are the security part for the cloud protector part. So this is a full default 16 insights that is available. And further, so you have to enable this free tab, but right now we don't require it, just for the knowledge purpose that we have to use this thing in future. That is the thing. Okay, so let's go to the our main presentation. So this is the full range of services that we have. Some of the name is changed here, like Azure Defender for Azure is now changed to the Microsoft Defender for Cloud. That is combining your all Kubernetes app services, SQL database, than virtual machines and network services as a one centralized place. And then we can move to the Sentinel. So this is some security and suggestion that I showcase to the advisory dashboard. So that is the one part we have available. Then this is a defense and depth approach that Azure Security Services is providing. So in IAM, that is Identity and Access Management, we have Active Directory, multi-factor authentication. There you can enable two-factor authentication code, or OTP to set to verify your ID. And then we have role-based access control that I am showing you in the Entra ID. So that is a part. In app and data protection, we have these other features are available. About encryption, Azure Key Vault, I think everybody knows that whenever we are creating some resource to connect, it will create that private key. So that is contained in that part. Whatever the username and password you are creating in Azure account, that is also stored in Key Vault. It's like a cryptographic storage that use in a very strong encryption algorithm to protect your identity. Okay, and then we have confidential computing power is there. Then in network security, if you go, then we have the application gateway, that is WAF, where we are protecting for the web application firewall, and Azure firewall that we have seen right now, how to create and enable it. And then we have the DDoS protection that is only available in standard and premium access, not in a basic access. And then we have express route. So express route is used to between the on premise and on cloud part. Okay, and then we have the security center where you can do the anti-malware analysis on threat protection and log analytics in that part. So if you go to the here in the dashboard and search for Azure Security Center. Okay, so I think they are changing. This is the dashboard. It is available in marketplace, and there you will get this thing. So this thing you will get all this different features, like all are in a premium. So in a free subscription you're not able to go all details, but you can read all the official documents links I have provided you already in the WhatsApp group. So there we have Entra ID protection, conditional access, that is related to RBAC. Then we have security center that I will showcase, identity score, then authentication method. There you can also have the multi-factor authentication. So these are the features we have available in that part. For free subscription you will not get this thing. Like if you go to multi-factor authentication, you have to enable that part. Here you can see get a free premium tier, then only you can enable this feature. Okay, but yeah, this is also used in the industry level. So for our project is not needed for, but for a knowledge approach you can enable these features in your project to enhance more different features in that part. And yeah, so here you can if you want to explore, so you can start this 30 days trial period, and then you can do for that part. Okay, so that are the steps are available. Mainly the part that we have to use that I already showcased you. You have to enable firewall policy, create that thing, and then you can jump to the Sentinel part to work on. So we can go for Sentinel. I will showcase you the dashboard uh, here. So let's create one Sentinel project. So in the next session I will get you an idea that how we can create in that thing. But for this project you have to enable this particular as a trial period. Okay, here you can see it's a pricing level. So be remember that you have to use this thing only for one project perspective, and then you can disable the subscription. Okay, that is in a part because it's a premium service we have in Azure, and the pricing is something like this we have. So as per the data transfer, the number of data that we are enabling, that is you have to use. So as a free trial we will get this limitation 5 GB, around that much to ingest and analyze for that part. Okay, so this is like a costly service we have. Okay, so let's go to back in our here. Let's create a new workspace. Then we will create from the same resource group Azure project and Sentinel. Okay, we'll just remove this with hi and then review and create. So that is the second step that you have to follow to enable and work on your project. So validation is passed and then you can create the service. So now let's wait for a 1 minute. It will be enabling. Meanwhile, anybody have get any question or query, feel free to ask and just explore these features. Some of them are limited access for 30 days trial period. So only enable when then you are totally prepare and want to do practical stuff or explore that feature. At that time only you can enable that thing to integrate in our project. Okay, before
Sir,
that, yeah. Mhm.
there is one question related to, can we perform this in sandbox?
Yeah, you can perform, but not all the feature we will get in the sandbox. Actually, it will give a specific one analysis part, so that you can do it for learning perspective. Yeah. So our workspace is created. It's kind of project workspace we have created, and then we are going to add some data or fetch some log files to do analysis on a real time. So that is a one suggestion that I will give, because some of the services are very premium. We will just get a 30 days trial period to work on it. So if anybody have any idea about to integrate sim tool with some open source integration, so you can discuss in the group. I will provide you. Else in the next class, I will showcase you that with the help of one tool called Vazu, we can integrate on Azure platform and do a real time monitoring and detect attacks, and then we can also see how we integrate with the Azure virtual machine to protect them in a real time. So that hands-on configuration I will showcase you with the one open source tool. Okay, so you have option that you can go with the some premium service of Azure to integrate and complete this project, or else we can go with one open source tool. There also you can learn. That is similar, only the vendors are different. That is main difference is there. Okay, so we will go in that approach. Yeah, meanwhile it is take little time to integrate. Yeah. Apart from that, so this is all about that thing. Some resources I already shared. So any question and query anybody have, you can ask. We will discuss that thing.
Someone is asking about what open source libraries you have talked about.
For open source, there is a one tool called OSS ITM. I will give the part. If you type here simple sim solution open source, so you will get multiple. Like we have OSEC is available. You can go with this not also. I will showcase you one live demo about Vazo, how to install, how to configure, and integrate in the next last class. Or you can work through on the it's not is a very easy way. So you have to just launch a one ubuntu machine, and there you can install this snot and then configure rules and policies. So if any kind of attack is happen, like somebody is trying to do sss to brute force or ftp to brute force to bypass the username and password, so that will be detected on snot. That thing you can integrate. Or osec is also good platform to work. So
Sir,
these are
follow-up
the
question on
list
the
is
same.
available. Uh-huh.
Follow-up question on the same. Rahul is asking, is this so for okay, for all the companies we have different tool requirements. So how shall we learn all these new tools?
See, Rahul, actually, that is depends on the company to company. So when we go, we require the only basic concept. It's just in your tool. Let's suppose you are working on one operating system, Windows, but in some company if they are only using linux operating system, so you can integrate easily, because the main fundamental about operating system to explore doing the small thing. So they will also provide you specific training before integrating or change from one platform to another platform. So it is not like directly you will go and you will get the new tool to work on it. Before working, they will ask you that this tool or not. If not, so they will provide you a specific training or learning resources. Then they will migrate you from one platform to another platform. Okay, and this is how we learn new things. That's why in IT we are learning every day something new. So multiple options are available. You can take one tool, expertise on that part, and then you can migrate to any other tool. The core concept, the fundamental, and the approach will be same. Only the UI can be different, or little bit feature can be ups and down. So that will not take that much time to you to migrate, and that's how you can learn multiple tools at the same time. Correct. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I hope that answers your question. So that's it from the question side. I don't see any questions right over here. So again, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And the group is always there. And apart from the group, sir has already shared some good resources. I urge you to please go through it so that you can learn. And now we have only maybe, I would say, 8 days left, precisely because today is it's almost over, right? So please start building the project. If you haven't got the Azure subscription, I just got a query yesterday that I don't have Azure subscription. Please go get your Azure subscription right now using your college ID. Your if not college ID, you can use the free trial subscription with your original email ID, right? That's totally fine. Just try to make the project and just explore documentation what Mukesh sir has said, and that's pretty much for that's and you're pretty much sorted. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, yeah, all good.
Perfect. Yes, sir. So that's it for today, and hoping to meet you soon again with the last session of this cohort. And in between, I just wanted to make one quick announcement that I'll be so I'm also making this project with Mukesh sir. So I'll be sharing my insights in a blog format. So all you need to do is write a blog, whatever you have learned so far. Try to write down in the blog format so that you can learn. You can just revise your learning as well, and also you can just document whatever you have learned. So I'll be also sharing my learning and you go with yours. And by the way, I'll be sharing by 25, and so that you can just take a reference and make something out of it. Okay. So thank you, okay, sir, for joining,
Yeah.
and thank you Mukesh, for this session.
Thank
And
you.
thank you,
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.